the fuck was that about?
Hi guys, welcome back to Insanity Check, the little corner of the internet where we believe that 3 claps are better than 1, just like 2 heads are better than 1.
Yep.
And we're just gonna have fun with it. I brought in 3 claps now because apparently people can't hear my first clap.
Oh, here we go.
So I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, it wasn't there.
It wasn't.
Anyway, basically, we're doing a new. Well, obviously, we're doing an episode this week. I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah.
We're doing a student life episode. We have some new people here today, and we also have some, obviously we have Nathan because this wouldn't happen without Nathan. Big up Nathan, my guy.
Oh, God.
Free up Nathan.
Oh,
Free up
God.
Nathan. He's in prison, guys. Free up Nathan. Start GoFundMe.
Yeah, I'm being
Release
held
my boy.
hostage.
Right, so we have a new guest with us today. We have Seb. Hello, Seb.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh, it was great having you. It's great hearing your voice. Beautiful.
Oh,
beautiful.
It's so good to hear you too.
I have to say, your voice is magnificent.
It is. Lame.
Thank you.
But
It's
anyway,
No one's ever said lame.
Do you sit in a corner just practicing your voice?
I feel like it does. I can't.
This isn't my real voice. This is.
This one isn't
wow.
real.
See, if that voice came up to me in a bar, 100%. 100%.
God.
Anyway, we
You're
also have
too kind.
Nathan. Hello, Nathan. How are you today?
Hello, I'm alright. How are you, mate?
I'm all right. We live in life. We live in that good gawk 3000. Anyway, so
God.
we're doing student
Nice.
life this week. We're doing the day in the life of a student life, what it's like to learn in a pandemic, things that we all relate to. We may, go to different institutions and we may study different things, but we all have that thing in common that we're all in hell and we're trying to learn things that the world is forcing down our throats.
I think everyone at the minute can agree that just any type of learning online / in COVID conditions is an absolute nightmare.
Absolutely.
I think it's
Awful.
good. I think it's good that we have such a mix of sort of where we're at, different sort of
backgrounds.
and
Different demographics.
and we're all in different I think you two are doing A-levels, aren't you? I'm doing a BTEC at college.
Indeed.
So we've got different sort of sites and different courses and stuff, and that's quite interesting.
Definitely. We're all doing different
Yeah,
things. Like Nathan, you're doing, I don't know what to call it. What do you do?
It's like...
Can you explain the course? The
I don't even know if I can myself. It's just computers.
So it's computers. We have Seb, but you're doing drama and anything else?
I do
levels?
drama, German, and maths. Surprisingly,
Math.
regressively.
Wow, that's wow. Yeah, you should have. I would have dropped math if I were you.
Yeah.
Hardcore subject.
I'm gonna ask you about that. That's a weird combination that we'll talk about.
It is.
later.
It's very mixed.
I'm doing science. It's very mixed. I've never heard anyone do that before.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm doing biology, chemistry, maths. So the basic 3. Because I'm
Nice.
Basic
Nice.
bitch like that. Basic bitch. Guys, I think we're just gonna go one by one. Everyone tells their little story. So how has school / your school experiences changed since secondary school? Because we all went to the same secondary school. We went to Darkwood.
Yeah.
So because I know Nathan's gone to college, I moved to a different school. Seb's still at Darrick. How has it changed since year 11? And how's the loss? Let's not talk about the pandemic, but let's talk about, the 6-7 months before the pandemic started that we were actually in normal school. So how was that? Who wants to go first?
Let Seb go first.
Okay.
Go on, Seb.
Yeah. No, it was weird because obviously we just had a 3-month summer holiday, and so to then go back to school and start a whole new curriculum in a way. It felt more grown up and it felt more mature. When you went from year 9 to year 10, it felt like forced updates. You have to do your GCSEs, but because you choose what to do after year 11, it then felt more. It felt more free and more responsibility. And honestly, it was really fun. In drama, we did a production of Macbeth for a Shakespeare School Festival. It was great. It was really fun. Yeah, we did it at some theatre nearby. So yeah, no, that was a good time. And maths at the time was still GCSE stuff, so I understood it.
Hey.
But
Crazy.
crazy.
Imagine. Oh, yeah.
That
What
was
about you?
fun,
What
though.
about you, Alex? You're at OLAVs now, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm at Olav's. So,
Big
do I really
brainy
want to go
boy.
into my dark place?
Go on.
Yeah, so
Enlighten
I
me.
went from Darkwood to Olav's.
Hold on.
I
Wait.
think the step up from GCSE to, yes.
I was gonna say it's like you've gone from being extremely smart to just mediocre.
To just me, basically, I was going to talk about that. So the jump from GCSE to A level is hard enough. GCSEs compared to A levels are easy. Jumping from like a normal school to a grammar school where everyone is there because they're smart is like, it just makes everything so much worse, because any self-confidence you had about yourself in Darkwood about, oh, I was in set one, I was smart. These guys, our set one is their like set three. And it's crazy the jump in intelligence, in mindset, in productivity and organization. It's just massive. So for me, like being like I developed such a fat inferiority complex going to Olav's
Oh,
because
wow.
it was just so bad in terms of I couldn't make friends for the first 3 months because
Oh.
I just didn't think I belonged there. Yeah, a little sad story. Let me get the tissues out.
Oh,
I
shut
just
up.
felt like I couldn't
Get over it.
My
fit
heart.
in. I know, it's crazy. Yeah, once I settled in, it was great. I found out that they are actually just normal people and they just find ways of being smart but with minimal effort, which is great. I have now learned how to do things with minimal effort, which is great.
You have
And
become
You're now
a
one
born
of
to
them.
in terms of
destroy.
subjects, it's such a massive jump. I don't know if it's just because Seb, you can tell with maths. Math is a massive jump from GCSE to A level. Huge. And now that with people who not only understand the content, even though we're not properly, because all teachers are terrible, but not just understand
Hot
the content,
take.
but are getting like 90 to 100% while I'm there with my 60. It is awful. It just demoralizes you. But other than that, made some good friends. I had fun.
Yeah.
Can I just say, did you do a mock in November?
We didn't do a mock last November, but we did a mock last January, February.
Right.
Completely failed that. And we did mocks last month, and we're doing mocks next month.
That's long.
Well,
So it's like basically a GCSE. It's basically just doing an A level, but like they're calling it mocks.
right. And you
Yeah.
got 60%.
Yeah.
Well, that is 46% better than me. That's probably not even correct mathematically. I got 16. Think about that.
Oh, wow.
That is
Yeah, I know.
awful.
But imagine like going to a school where people are getting 80s, 90s.
Yeah, that's where they're
Easy.
bred.
Yeah, it's just like, it's awful. But anyway, Nathan, you went to college.
Yeah.
That's like a completely
It
different
is.
like planet. So how was that compared to
You know what?
GCSE?
It is so good. It is really good. Honestly, like I haven't had any bad experiences or like, inferiority complexes, because so for people that don't understand how college works, you don't have the bullshit of A levels where you have to take like 7 different subjects. Like you go, right, I want to do this, and you go and do it. If you want to take more than one subject, you can. I didn't. I'm just at the minute I'm doing like it's essentially a computer science course, and everyone on the course, essentially, they all want to be there, and they all have like the same mindset as me, and it's brilliant. It's like being in a room full of like 20 other me's. It's fantastic.
Oh, that sounds
And
awful.
we essentially most of us get along, and
Most.
what can I say? I mean, before Corona, it was like it was all hello, what am I doing? I'm lost. What does this mean? But I mean, before sort of hell decided to unleash itself, it was pretty good. And then we got predicted, and that was not good because
So
it really it screwed a lot of people over. I cannot lie, because
really did. Yeah.
so how it works with BTECs is we do 18 units over the course of 2 years we're at college. We do 8 on the first year, 8 on the second year, and each unit has maybe 2 to 3 assessments. And each assessment, there's different criteria you need to pass on. So you got pass marks, you got merit marks, and you got distinction marks. And in order to get a distinction in one unit, you have to get all the pass, merit, and distinction marks. And I'm going for distinctions and everything. And the first couple of units we got in college were like website design and like coding and shit, which I did not know how to do, so I did really badly. I think I barely got a pass in some of the first stuff I did. And we also had like teachers that were as competent as a brick, so that didn't really help.
Love the brick teachers.
But luckily they left. But what that meant is that a lot of people got screwed over with their predicteds. But also what that also meant is there are a lot of people that should have left the course because they were like just completely brain dead and were literally only there for the sake of being on a course. A lot of people like that should have been kicked off of the course, but their predicteds carried them and allowed them to remain on the course. But I mean, it's good. It's, even now, sort of, because we had a period of time before Christmas where we were back at college for a bit. And then after Christmas, we went back onto online learning. And then we've recently started going back again. And it's nice. It's just nice to be in the same sort of environment.
Oh, sounds very nice.
That
It
sounds
sounds
good.
like there's a very stark contrast between us at A level and you at college.
No,
I feel like
Yeah.
in college it's a lot more chill because you actually choose, because you do one course.
Yeah,
So you get to like choose, you've chosen what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
So if you chose a course, that's your fault. So
Yeah.
you should be, I think it's just,
But this is
That's
the
a nice
thing.
little
This is
thing.
the thing that baffles me is a lot of people are like, why would you waste your time going to college? You come out with like one result. And now, that is true. I will only come out of college with a degree in, or not even a degree. It's just I'll get like whatever my result ends up being in computer science. But that is still worth free A levels. I'm still going to uni, and I'm still going to be at the same stage as everyone, apart from I will have done what I wanted to do, and I will still be able to go. There aren't really any downsides, in all fairness.
And that's it, because people stigmatize going to college, doing what you want to do, and just doing that for 3 or 2 years. People will stigmatize that and say,
Oh, but you're less likely to be accepted into university. Oh, you're less likely to get a job.
but if you're doing what you like, why does it
yeah.
matter?
Exactly,
and it makes no sense.
especially because I know I want to go on to do like games design, computer science, that sort of shit, right? Why am I then gonna go to an A level and take a IT course, not even a computer science course, an IT course that isn't going to be as advanced as the one I'm doing now, alongside like fucking maths and German?
Maths, yeah.
Why am I
Especially
going to
'cause
need that in a computer science job?
Especially because you know what you want to do when you're older. It's good that you went to college and you're specializing in that. You're just putting all your time and your effort
Yeah,
into that one
exactly.
thing because yes, this is what I want to do when I'm older.
And in
Right.
the end,
I
that'll pay
loved
off.
hearing all our little stories. It's been fun. So we talked about time before pandemic. Let's try and move on to the
So I mean, I'll go first. And personally, I feel like, well, personally in college. So first of all, when COVID first hit, just everything shut down. Everything shut down. Like we were out of college until like September. I remember the last day I came in, my tutor was like, "Yeah, you're all out of college until September." And at first I was like, "Oh my god, I have like
Sweet.
half a year of doing fuck all.
Mhm.
Oh, heaven. And now I'm like, it's not, it's like, yeah.
Give me work.
I mean, I feel like for everyone, it wasn't just like we're not panicking now because we did nothing for half a year. We're panicking now because we were doing stuff in school, but it was just like a waste of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did so much stuff that is now just redundant. And it's
Exactly.
like,
For real.
it's wow. And then of course we like after September, between September and Christmas, we came back to college for a bit. Don't know what it was like for you guys, but
Yeah, it's the same thing.
we went back to college and we just started up doing our units again. And it was the beginning of our second year. Yeah, it was the beginning of our second year. God, hold on, wait, that is weird. I just realised that was like not long ago.
No.
Oh,
Not long
it
ago.
feels like
Not
I'm
long
talking
ago at all.
about years ago, but it was literally a couple months.
Yeah.
But then
literally.
I think between because COVID was February, right?
March.
Last
yeah,
year,
from
February, March.
March.
That's
yeah.
when it first hit. And then, we were out. And then September, we were back just for the last sort of bit of our first year. And then we had Christmas, and then we weren't in. And then we had after Christmas, and we were back.
And
And
then
now, because usually I have a 3-day week with college, but now at the minute, I've got Monday is online, Tuesday, Thursday I'm at college. And I think my day's the same, but it's a lot crammed in.
a
Wait,
little
did
bit
you-
of a follow-up question. How do you think the government has handled
Oh,
the way that we've done schooling?
No,
No?
not at all.
No.
No.
Short answer, no.
No, it's not even a short answer. The government have been horrendous with, like, essentially their priority has been adults and the economy and getting the economy back so they can start earning money. They have had no, like, sort of sympathy at all towards any of the students from any sort of learning standpoint. Like, they've been, like, going... Oh, it's like, so first of all, they were the ones to send us back before they started sending people back to work, which is just like, why? So their plan was, let's send the youngest children back to school first.
I mean, they knew that we were less likely to get COVID.
Yeah,
And they wanted to get education back on track to some degree. I mean, it was idiotic for them to send us back with like no precautions in school whatsoever.
They just wanted to look good, like they had it under control.
And
they knew what they were doing.
It completely flopped. We were back
It
at
did.
like school for maybe like 3 months, and then they had to close it all again for Christmas because nothing worked. And then we waited until like February until we like went back again because they were trying to put all this stuff in. And I primarily blame the government. I do not blame the school boards. It's completely the government's fault. And it's the government's fault because they didn't give the school boards enough warning. They were just like, we're opening schools now, and a day later the schools were open. So of course they didn't have anything set in place. They were given a day.
It's very true.
Then they had to make it so that there had to be like a week's notice before they actually made any announcements like that. And it's just it's not even just school, just everything. The government's handled awfully. It's like,
Very
what?
true.
I completely agree.
Right, so Nathan's an anti-government activist.
Yeah.
Anarchist.
Seb, how about you? How has the pandemic changed school? And do you think the government has handled the whole schooling system well?
Well, I do have a very hot take on that subject, but I'll get back to that. In terms of the education, it really, really just has shown no one has a clue in what they're doing. There have been so many examples recently, and there's been no communication between anyone. The exam boards haven't told the teachers and the schools what they're planning on doing, so teachers have been going off their own volition, guessing what we could be doing with the assessed grades in the classroom. And it really has been just boiled down to proactivity and self-discipline, and that's really more when we were doing the learning at home, because for me, that went appallingly. Like Nathan, he said that he had literally like good freedom. I'm not sure what it was like for you at your school, but Derek, they were just sending us more work than what we would have had to do in the classroom, in a really broken way, and there was no efficient way to get that back to the teachers, and it was just appalling.
Yeah.
It wasn't the teacher's fault. It wasn't their fault. They hadn't been given any preparation. No one knew it was going to happen. So the work at home just did not come naturally to me, and a lot of it was useless now. It's just redundant because do you have Microsoft Teams where
Do
Yeah. Don't get me started on Teams.
I am probably the only fortunate person, because my college realizes how shit Microsoft Teams is,
It's
and instead
awful.
we use Discord.
See,
superior.
probably why they're not using Discord is
Safety concerns.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that is
just-
that is a big issue even for us. Like, we have been heavily relying on Discord during this sort of second half of the lockdown, but that's just because it's a lot easier for all of the students. And because we're no longer at the college, we weren't using it beforehand because the college has blocks on stuff like Discord. And in order to
Sure.
use it at college, you need a VPN.
Sure.
And-
You know what they should do though?
What?
They
What?
should just go onto Twitch and stream the classes.
Yeah,
That's what they should
yeah.
do.
That's kind of
I feel like that's a
good.
really good topic, though. The whole, because I feel like there's so much technology that we have just completely wasted. Like,
Disregarded. Yeah.
why the fuck did we choose Microsoft Teams? You
know.
can't even do a call in 60 frames per second. What's the point?
I feel it was like they just chose the first thing that they knew worked
Yeah,
to some degree. Like,
but-
I feel like people above the age of
Oh.
30, like, I bet half of them don't even know what Discord is.
No,
They don't know it
probably.
existed.
Like,
and they know from work, we
yeah.
can use Microsoft Teams, we can use Zoom, but Zoom's only good
Zoom
for...
died. Zoom died.
Zoom died. But like, they just chose the first thing that they knew, we can send people work, we can set deadlines, we
Yeah.
can do decent voice and video calls, so let's use that. No one decided to branch out or anything, which is sad because I hated Teams. It was god awful.
Yeah, it was awful.
I mean, they probably looked at it and thought, well, they know how to use Microsoft Word already, so
It's probably because we all had Microsoft accounts, like
Yeah,
365 accounts.
yeah.
Because of the fucking OneNote system. Oh,
Yeah.
I hate
Oh.
OneNote.
It's awful.
It's so
Disgusting.
bad.
I mean,
And-
for me, you know what
oh.
was bad? Let's go back to the the first lockdown, like the 6 months of us being at home.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just for you guys, but when I was learning, I was like on my phone. I was watching YouTube while I was
Yeah.
doing sessions. I would be like I would wake up 10 minutes before my first lesson and be
Oh.
like asleep through it because nothing went in and
Yeah.
everything came out. So
Yeah,
those 3-4 months, I learned absolutely nothing. So
I
it was
hear
just
you,
a
I hear
complete
you.
waste of time.
But
Like, it was just, yeah. What
no,
was it?
that's your school. Wait, your school had online lessons in the 1st
Mhm.
lockdown.
Yeah.
Derek didn't even
Every
have that.
single lesson
Wait,
that we were
you
supposed to
guys
have
were
in
doing
school.
work?
Yeah, every single lesson.
Shut up.
Like, I had my normal school day, but it was online.
Yeah, no.
We didn't even
It was
have that.
awful.
We didn't even have work to do because, of course, we got fucked with the predicted. Because all the work we do in college, in one way or another, it goes towards some of the units results that we end up doing. Or it goes towards an assessment, essentially. But because we got predicted for the entire first year, we didn't have any work. So for the first,
it kinda made
for the
everything
first half
redundant.
of the entire lockdown, in the entire first year, we didn't have work to do because we had done it all. And we were just told, well, there is work, but you don't need to do it. Do it if you want the personal gain of doing it, and you can submit
Sure.
work like if you want to sort of give yourself a better grade, but you're going to get predicted anyway, and it won't influence it that much. So you were given the choice of do work for your own personal gain, or do nothing and play video games. And I know which one I would choose in that situation.
Seb, what was your opinion about CAGs for the first year? Because I know
For
Nathan's.
Right,
Like,
so
you know,
for
the teacher assessed the predicted grades.
yeah, so for the year 13s past.
No, for us.
For
No, let's talk
us.
about both, actually. Let's talk about the year 13s past and us.
Okay, yeah. So for the previous year 13s, they were lucky. Now I know lots of people talk about the algorithm that's kind of a glitch, and most of them got off lucky. I would say that's true to an extent. I think a lot of it did just come down to personal bias with the teachers. I mean, that was inevitable, and it wasn't really well regulated from the seams of it. Again, I'm not an expert. I have no proof, but it just seems it wasn't regulated very well, and everyone came out with B's and A's and A stars, and it looked like a good year for everyone.
Yeah.
But for us now, right, the year 13's passed. They basically did the entire course, and then they just got sent away. So they did the entire course. They did their mocks. They were in the classroom. They were learning. For us, we have missed, I would say, about 60% of all our courses. We have missed 60% of all our courses, and they want to use a mock and everything we're doing in class now, which I personally find really unfair, because there is just not enough ground to stand on to really make a solid case for any individual. It seems like a really flawed system to me personally, because I know that when it came to some of my mocks, like in maths and German, I did appallingly, and to have those mark as reflectors, it seems very biased and doesn't tell the whole story. So, but how about you, Alex? How do you find the marking this year compared to last year?
Okay, so how I heard about it for the year 13s, I've spoken to quite a few previous year 13s. A lot of them, I think, especially in O-Labs, they put in the hard work in year 12 and year 13, because I know you were talking about how we were basically in for like 40% of our course. So I know I was in for like the first 6 months, and then everything went to hell. But they were there since year 12. They did year 12. They did at least half of year 13 before they had to go off to uni and get their, not their predictors, but their grades. So they had a better shot than we did, especially in terms of proving that they could get their allocated predicted grades. So a lot of them, they did really well. They were fine. Some of them really got screwed over, I think, because they didn't put any hard work, and they believed that, oh, I will have my A-level exams, I'll be able to prove myself, but they weren't able to do that. So a lot more people than normal had to redo year 13 or reapply to uni this year. So that screwed us over in terms of, one, we bailed them off the course, and two, we have more people applying for uni this year compared to previous years because people are being held back. So I think it like doubles the applications. So if you weren't putting in effort from the beginning of year 12 for our year, in my school at least, you were screwed, because you'd be predicted like, instead of getting like an A star AA, you predicted like 3 A's. Then on top of that, you have people who were in year 13 last year. They're predicted 3 A stars, but for whatever reason, they didn't get into uni. And now they're applying with you. So like there's just way more competition, and there's way more people with better grades than you.
It drowns you.
It literally just drowns you, because it just makes the entire application process even harder, because uni application is hard in general. But on top of like double the people applying, especially for medicine, because I wanted to do medicine, like double the amount of people applied. So it's already a competitive situation, but it's just even more competitive because there are people with more experience than you. They had a whole year. I mean, we're in a pandemic, but they had a whole year to
revise.
Re-revise. We had to do entrance tests. So the BMAT and the UCAT. So they were able to have another year to try again. Yeah. Also, on top of that, they were able to add to their personal statement, because they had an entire year to do online courses, to do placements, even though we're in a pandemic, but they could do something, help out somewhere. Compared to me, I'm struggling to get my A-levels done. on top of that, trying to do some extracurricular activities to prove to unis that I should be let into uni. It's just a whole mess.
I
So
definitely,
people,
yeah, I definitely feel like the whole uni thing, it's now gonna sort of fall to shit essentially, because now
Don't
so
sugarcoat it now.
we've got the year above us who got all predicted last year and got really good grades, who are now, so they've been held back a year and will now be applying to uni at the same time as us, giving us less spaces to get into uni, which will then mean some of us will be held back a year, and then that will keep domino
Yeah, it's just
affecting
it's
down the chain. So we're essentially now, every year from this point, we're at least going to have 2 years applying for uni at the same time from being held back.
definitely. It's just that the government didn't have, the CAGs really screwed over a lot of people just
Yeah.
because
Yep.
we didn't have information, and unis didn't want to give more places. I think they give less actually
They
because
probably would have.
they don't have enough money to, like, because obviously last year people had to stop going to uni, so unis weren't getting, the student loan money, so obviously they need money, but they can't facilitate having more students, if you get what I'm saying, because
Yeah.
they just don't have enough time and resources to accommodate those students. So they just have to let in less students, which means less people get in, which means more people apply next year, and just a cascading effect. It's just awful.
It's not all
But-
bad though.
Yeah.
It's not too bad, but I just think it's unfair for us, especially because our year was in school for like 8 months in
Yeah,
total over the
yeah.
last 2 years,
Yeah.
which is just, it's just.
Sucks.
But let's try and move away from that. Let's move away from the sadness and the misery. Let's move on to something nice, something cheerful. Let's try and make ourselves smile. So, top 3 favorite school experiences / school moments. So this could be primary school, secondary school, or now.
Really? I don't remember a lot of primary school.
Yeah, same, honestly.
Like, it feels like it was so long ago. And I mean, secondary school was just fucking. It was secondary school, wasn't it?
Secondary
mean-
school's alright. Nah, Nathan, you remember the year 8 trip to France?
Oh,
That
okay.
shit
That was
slapped.
that was and Belgium
Touquet.
Belgium
I didn't
was.
go
You didn't go Belgium,
I
but
didn't go
Belgium was
Belgium.
pretty banging as well.
Belgium was great.
I think those were like the only 2 school trips that they were doing,
Yeah.
unless like you did a specific subject.
Unless you did like
and they
drama
took you
or
somewhere.
music.
Yeah,
Mm.
Seb must have gone on so many trips. Like,
Yeah.
Seb,
Well,
Well, I only went on one because then the pandemic happened and I couldn't go on one earlier this year with my German class. I would have gone to Berlin, right? Because in my German class,
Ooh.
it's me, 3 other people, and our teacher, and so it's 5 of us. And we would have been able to go to Berlin earlier this year, but of course we couldn't because
COVID.
Oh, damn. Seb, 3
Sucks.
girls and a teacher. Damn.
Oh.
Damn.
I wish it was, but no, it's only 4. It's only 4 of us boys.
Aw.
Sausage fest.
Sausage
Actually,
Awful.
Oktoberfest taken literally.
Yeah. I think a lot of my favorite moments have probably come from college though.
Mhm.
Like, just because we've had so much leeway. Like, at the end of the first year, on the last day we were in, we decided to have there's this game called Sanic Ball, and
Already sounds dumb.
It's a really shitty race game based off popular game character Sonic, in which you control a ball, which is given different statistics based off of what character it is from Sonic, and you race it around a track. And it's essentially like a glorified marble race. And we did it, and we came in and we had this tournament because we had no work to do. And I remember I put in my gaming headset, a pack of Doritos and a Mountain Dew, and I was in like
gosh.
proper game. I lost completely. I was the first person out.
no.
But
You came
that
ready,
was
though.
hilarious. And there have been so many moments like that in college. Like, we were messing around with the computers on our first year, and there was a really old computer running on like Windows Vista, and we set the idle screen to a levitating, rotating 3D word that was just penis. And
just
so
highlight of humanity.
whenever the computer would just go idle and time out, it would just have this floating text on it, and that was fantastic. There's just so many. Like,
Absolutely.
we took a computer apart and put a bottle of Mountain Dew in it, for fuck's sake.
Oh gosh.
Just
I
shit
think it's
like
just
that.
nice having those little dumb moments just makes school.
And then of course
it makes school great.
we also have we get a pizza every other Thursday. We order a Domino's to the college because we can do that. And
Lucky
we
fuckers.
always it comes with the fucking sour cream sauce shit.
Yeah.
And it comes with 2. We get 2 large pizzas, but we only use 1. So each time, we just like fucking hide one of the sauces. I remember once I put one on top of a stack of lights. Like, you have the industrial lights. I put one on there, put one in an AC unit. I think I pinned one to a wall with a thumbtack. And I know for a fact that the one I put on top of the lights is still there from the first year. And
that must
we
be moldy.
We walk past it and we see it and we're like,
Oh.
that was a different time.
Yummy.
Yum. Right, Seb, what about you? Top 3 favorite moments.
Okay, so I, like you, primary school, can't really remember too many, but I would say the first one that came to my mind is this isn't a specific experience, it's more of a general one. So like back in year 9, year 10, and it was an autumn afternoon and it was rainy, and I would just go home and I'd play Mario Maker on the Wii U and then watch some YouTubers that I like. It's just a great nostalgic feeling, a stress-free time.
As soon as you said Mario Maker, and Nathan was
I'm
all
like,
in.
I'm there. I have 1 and 2. Unfortunately,
So I don't have the Switch yet.
they discontinued Mario Maker 1, and I'm
I
so
know,
sad.
I know. That was the dark day in humanity.
Oh, it was a
Absolutely
big rip.
tragic.
But no,
Fuck
that just kind of
Nintendo,
nostalgic
man.
time.
Oh, that's so cute. Just
Yeah.
like continuous small moments. Love it.
As
Absolutely
I've
love it.
said before, right, the Wii U got a lot of hate, and I
It
don't
did.
know why, because I didn't mind it. I
liked
had my
it.
Wii U. I replaced my Wii with a Wii U. It did everything the Wii did, apart from like it didn't have the Game Boy stuff, but I didn't own a Game Boy, so that wasn't an issue to me. And I had a fucking controller screen. It was like revolutionary.
I hear
This is
you
when
with that
Nathan was
one.
like 11. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, it was, and they added like a Nintendo FaceTime. That was the shit. I could call my other 11-year-old buddies that were in like Tunbridge, and we could draw dicks on the screen, and we could talk. It was sick.
Yay.
See, why aren't the teachers doing their classes like this?
Yeah.
Why don't they have to use Microsoft Teams?
Yeah. Such an L.
Yeah,
I
you.
think teachers should stream on Twitch. I would so watch
Oh
that.
no, I know.
Just get
it's like,
subs and bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get subs. And like, oh, what would you do
But
with the subs?
you know what does annoy me?
Get good grades.
You know what does annoy me is you get students going on Twitch and posting on their like school chat. Yeah, I'm doing my work. If you want proof, then come
Oh, I
watch my
hate
Twitch
that.
stream.
I really
Like,
hate that.
If you're on a Twitch stream, why can't you just be in the fucking call? Like, you don't
Yeah,
have
true.
clout just because you're on a Twitch stream. But anyway.
Have you guys been seeing? I don't know. It's been on my TikTok a lot, but people do live streams on TikTok and they're there
And they're doing
just
their homework?
work. Yeah, and they're doing work for like 8 hours,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
I'm doing it from like 12 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join me if you want." And I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah, no, there's this one kid that has the computer screen next to him that has that exact message, and he's just
Oh, does it
sitting
say
there
like,
doing
"Oh,
work.
do your work, Katie," or like something like that? It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, why would you do that?
Exactly.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I mean, if you find they're useful, fine, but that's just such a weird
Yeah, just
concept.
it's so weird. Don't drag other people into it. I mean, why don't you just turn off all your devices and put it somewhere? Why do you have to make a spectacle out of it? Like it's like they're trying to make it entertaining, and I don't know why, because you could do the same thing with the like. You don't have to do I don't like saying it. You don't have to do you don't have to do a TikTok live for it. Like you could just put your phone away, put it in another room, give it to a parent, give it to a sibling, hide it somewhere, and just do your work.
Never
like
get
that.
it back.
Exactly. Why do you have to drag other people into it? It's just like
I know, and then I say, and I think, can you stop making me look bad?
Can you stop? Exactly. You're making me feel bad for not working. Like you're dragging other people into your shit. You're attention seeking. Please stop.
See,
I don't like you.
This is a bit of a side note, but so as many people know, I'm very anti-TikTok for multiple reasons.
I love Chinese spyware. What do you mean?
That being one of them. But I don't know if this is just me, but recently YouTube has added these things called shorts, and it has essentially just turned into TikTok 2.
Is it just TikTok?
It's just like TikTok 2.0. And I scroll through it and it's like, that's a TikTok, that's a TikTok, that's a Chinese guy I don't understand.
That's Xi Jinping.
You know, like, and it's like, imagine TikTok with the YouTube algorithm, and that's what it is. It's
the YouTube algorithm is
awful.
not good. YouTube
needs to fix their shit. YouTube, I know you're going to listen to this. Can you try and like fucking
Susan,
tell me
help
that
us,
this
please.
is racist or some shit? Right? You watch this and you fix your fucking shit. You've been broken since like 2008.
All
At least
right.
you won't be able to see your dislikes anymore.
True.
I know.
Right.
You can't see your dislikes. You can't like see all your subs. There's no longer a live sub counter. You've got all this shit where it's like, oh, guys, so according to the YouTube statistics, 1 in 5 people aren't subscribed, and they put up the fucking graph. No one
I hate
cares.
the graph. I hate the graph.
Ah!
Oh, right. No,
sorry.
okay.
When I see
Sorry.
that, it does
Sorry.
annoy me because I think
We
what
should
is
do
so
that.
low
We should
is-
do that. We should do it.
We should do that. Hey guys, this many people aren't subbed to our video.
But no,
Right.
I have a quick question. Is it worse to have more people subscribed and less people watching, or
Yes.
is it worse to have less people subscribed and more people are watching?
It's worse to have more subscribers and less views. And
Yeah.
there are a couple of reasons for that. One, bots. Immediately, you can tell if someone
Yeah.
has a channel that has just
Johnny
loads of
D'Amelio.
bots subscribed to it, because it will have like 1 million subscribers and 1,000 views per video. And now that says to me that at least 100% of their subscribers are bots or children. And it's just, I don't get it. And at least if you have not many subscribers but lots of views, it means that over time you'll build up subscribers, because it means that there are people watching your videos. They're just waiting for you to subscribe. Like, for example, with us, to begin with, we only had 10 subscribers, but we were averaging easy 300, 150 views. Like, and then that views has steadily came down, but our subscribers has been going up, which means that we're getting to a point where we're forming an actual sort of fan base of people.
We
Well done to
have
all you
creepy fans. Thanks,
Well done,
fans.
you
Love
stands.
Send me. I'm gonna put my Amazon wish list in the description. You guys know what to do. All right, we're moving on to the last question. Let's try and rein this back. We were talking about school earlier, and now we're talking about the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. So, what challenges have you guys faced being a student in today's world/society?
Right. I think there are a lot of challenges with being a student. There are also a lot of pros. Off the top of my head, I feel like not necessarily with me, but with A levels, I feel like not even with A levels, with GCSEs, I would say GCSEs. Just you get treated so like patronizingly, and you get condescended on essentially. And I feel like that sort of, with me, I don't get that as much because I'm at college and you're more familiar with your tutors and stuff. But I don't know what that's like with A levels, but I definitely know that with GCSEs, like all the teachers were so condescending, and it's like like if you went from school to like a shop in your uniform, just like you don't have any trust from any of the people in the shops. Like they will just be like, oh no, it's another school kid. Oh, like, and I feel like
I get that. There's definitely like a degree of stereotyping. And
like people just
generalization.
presume because you're a student, you're up to no good. I don't know why, because it's
Maybe
like
it's just you, Nathan.
no,
maybe you just look sketchy.
No,
The
right?
white man,
Okay.
the white man in his school uniform, his
Yeah.
brown and yellow school
Year
uniform.
11, we went to Lidl's and they stopped Connor. Why?
Oh yeah, they thought he was stealing.
Why?
I remember
It's Connor.
that.
He looks like he wouldn't hurt a fly. He's
It's
so
true.
lovable.
I think it's just like normal
Is it?
type of stereotyping. Like there's a very small percentage that causes trouble.
Yeah.
And so everyone assumes everyone else is bad.
And
it's really annoying.
what makes me laugh is that people would literally pickpocket from Sainsbury's and they would spend more of their time staring judgingly at just passers-by than they would actually focusing on people literally stealing from their business.
I mean, I don't want to play devil's advocate here, but like you kind of have to assume everyone's bad
Yeah.
just to protect yourselves.
Yeah.
To like just protect your business and like yourself in general. You have to assume everyone is bad until they prove you that they're good, which is a terrible way to view life.
Yeah, it's like
And you
guilty.
can't just go around
It's guilty until proven
proving
not.
innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a terrible way of viewing things because it just shows how pessimistic you are about other people. And it's just not a great way of living life. But I understand it to some degree. I hate
Yeah.
it, but I understand it. It's not right, but it's just
Cool
awful.
kid lives matter.
All child lives matter. You know what? I feel like for today, especially the jump from GCSE to A level, you have to become a lot more independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the stuff, I don't know if it's for you in college, Nathan, because I feel like they teach you everything you need to know. But in A levels, they teach you about 10% of what you need to know,
Yeah.
and the rest you learn by yourself.
Yeah.
And it's really, really annoying.
With BTEC, you essentially what I like about my course in particular, I can't speak on behalf of all courses because I think I'm the last course that will be structured like it. But how my course is working at the minute is so we have 3 teachers. Each teacher will teach us a unit and they'll split the units between them and we will learn parts of the unit as we are doing the assignment for the unit. So we will be given like PowerPoints and activities to be done, which when we have done, we then use as evidence for our assignments. So we learn
good, that's good.
for the assignment as we're doing it, essentially.
It's good because like you don't just learn the basics and then
Yeah.
go home and learn the advanced version of it by yourself. They teach you exactly what you need to know when you need to know it. For A levels, especially maths, maths is Seb. Like they won't even teach you the basics properly, but then they'll throw like a 10-marker exam question that needs hours of preparation time, and it's like they're setting you up to fail.
Yeah.
So only like a small percentage actually pass and a large percentage fail, and it's just through multiple failures that you learn how to actually do
Answer the
school
question.
and answer the question.
Yeah.
Like I have learned way more from my mocks than I have from my actual lessons. I don't know if it's I remember in GCSE, oh my gosh, Mr. Jarvis in GCSE chemistry.
God. Yeah.
He couldn't teach for shit.
No, he
But
was
when you went to his
awful.
revision sessions,
He might be
he
listening
was
to this, guys.
amazing.
Yeah, and
No.
I didn't go to any of the revision sessions because
Oh my gosh.
I didn't really have
you
the time.
You
Too
learned
busy getting
so
shirtless on
much
TV.
in the
No, I
you
know.
learned so much
but-
in his revision sessions compared to actual
That's what
lessons.
confuses me. Why run revision sessions when you can just run your lesson normally?
Normally.
Like-
Exactly. It's just so
And
annoying.
in my opinion, one of the biggest failings of the whole academics from GCSE to A level, one of their biggest failings is how they actually how the assessments are put out. Because teaching you bits and bobs of what you're actually meant to know and then expecting you to be able to regurgitate it 5 years down the line, word for word, it's ridiculous because people that are able to take in information, like if you have a photographic memory, you do not even need to revise. You can literally look at a textbook and you're done, right?
I mean, that's for GCSE.
Yeah.
For A-level, it's a lot more.
But for A-level, there's a little bit more
competition.
complexity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's still sort of the same premise. You're given stuff to learn, you're expected to regurgitate it, and that's all your revision is. Your revision is learning how to regurgitate the information. It's not learning the information, it's
a
just
memory
learning
test.
how to remember
Yeah,
it. It's not,
basically.
you know, if you're good at chemistry, it's not actually you being good at chemistry. You can just remember what you've been taught. That's in my opinion,
Sorry,
that's the
Mr.
biggest
Bennett.
failings of that whole sort of academic stuff. Where into contrast, where you've got my BTECs, where you're taught on a level what you're meant to do. So you're told, right, you're given a PowerPoint, you'll go home, you'll look through that PowerPoint, you'll take notes, you'll like rewrite those notes in your own words, and that's your assignment. That's what you have personally taken away from a lesson, and that is what your knowledge is, and then you get marked on that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Seb, what about you? Challenges that you faced in secondary school / A-level.
Yeah, now my one's a bit more general to secondary school, and it kind of goes back to the condescending part that Nathan was talking about. So, people of the month, right?
Oh, God.
You
Well done for doing well in science.
it's just they don't mean anything. They're worthless. You're not going to
It's
go to a
true.
job interview and say,
I got
"Guess who
people of the month
people
in
of the month in
geography."
Spanish 3 times." You're not going to say that, are you? It's completely worthless. They don't help you get a grade. They're just there to boost your self-esteem, and they don't even do that at the end of the day.
Hold on.
They're
Okay,
they're
let me talk about the
worthless.
science of people of the month. Derek Wood gives people of the month to either the smartest person in the entire year or someone who put 2 minutes of effort, who is normally failing, put 2 minutes of effort, got a B in something, or did decent, and here you go, keep doing work.
You know,
Keep up the good work, sport.
Exactly. If you're just a basic person who just consistently does well, you will never get people of the month.
the way they should be
Ever.
doing that is they should actually look at who has improved the most and give it to them,
Exactly.
because then the people that are actually putting the work in and improving then have motivation to improve even further.
Exactly. They feel validated.
And the people underneath them who aren't doing as well are then motivated to try and get to that same level. And then the people above are then competing with the people below them who are now motivated to do better. And then the people at the top are also motivated to do better because then they still want to stay at the top. It
Exactly.
works.
I mean, Seb, Jesus Christ, Seb. I remember every month you get people of the month.
really
I
would.
know.
I was so jealous. I was like, "Where's mine?"
But it was
want
I
one.
feel like it was quite biased as well, because it wasn't necessarily how well you did.
Yeah.
It was if the teacher liked you.
like you.
This is it. Because I think I pretty much hit a good chord with all my teachers, and I can come across as confident, I guess, and
Yeah.
maybe and that's why they like
Fake it till you make it.
Right, this is it. I was told actually that I'm an English teacher's wet dream.
Oh,
Not by a teacher. A teacher didn't say that.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Someone of our age said that. But I think that's where it did come from, bias. And at the end of the day, all those awards, they're saying, "Oh, you should save them for your job interview and your personal statement." Why?
Why?
Seriously, why?
I feel like the
I got
thing.
people of the month in year 9.
Does anyone remember
Irony.
that thing that we were given? The book. It was like a folder.
Yeah, at the end of
Full of
our
at the end of Key Stage
What
4.
the fuck was
Yeah.
that about?
Isn't
I
it?
don't know. I've never used
you
it.
guys
Literally
know what
haven't
that
used it
is?
once.
I got like
It's supposed to hold all your achievements in for the last 5 years, so you
Yeah.
can bring it to a job interview.
I
but
don't-
I haven't used it.
Mine is
once.
empty. I got the stuff that I was awarded when we had to do that ceremony, which it was extra accreditation, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
again.
It wasn't even that valid. It was basically just saying, yes, you completed your GCSE.
Yeah.
Not you passed, but you completed them.
And it's
You
like
did the exam.
again, it's just biased because it's if you got along with your teacher, you got along with your teacher.
Getting down on all fours.
Yeah.
Guys, I had to do what I had to do. Come on.
I respect it. I respect
Oh.
it. You know, you went up every month. I didn't. I had to clap for you. It's fine. We all understand.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right. So, we've had a great time talking about school.
Yeah.
And YouTube
School times in the
algorithms.
pandemic. YouTube algorithms. You know, we had a little
Speaking
bit
of-
of a tangent. I love the
speaking-
tangents.
Speaking of which,
Segue.
YouTube is telling me that only
48%
doing this are subscribed. So if you're one of the people not subscribed, please consider subscribing and dropping a like, as it really helps us. Let's try and even the curve.
Let's try and get to 100 subs, guys.
God, I
You
hate
know, some
that.
YouTubers don't even say the percentage. They just say, "Oh, this amount," and then put the graph.
Yeah,
on.
I
Like,
do,
just
yeah.
no effort.
I'm gonna put the graph in.
Oh, that annoys me.
I'll put the graph
It
in, and it'll
jars
just
me.
be like, oh,
It's
Mr.
so
Beast
annoying.
wouldn't do that.
oh my god.
Right. So yeah, we've had a great time talking about YouTube algorithm, talking about school, talking about the challenges, the laughs, the cries, the angry from Nathan. A lot of anti like freaking government crap. I don't know if that's gonna be allowed, but you know, we move on anyway. So thank you once again, Seb, for being here. It was lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'd love to do this again sometime.
Obviously, we'll definitely do it again. I feel like, I mean, I enjoyed your company. Nathan probably did.
Yeah.
The viewers
Hopefully.
definitely will. Hopefully, you know, Nathan's a
Thank
bit-
you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you again, Nathan, for being here like always.
It's fine.
You're like a stable friends with
Attendee.
benefits kind of thing. You know, you're just always there when I need you for comfort,
Yeah.
The comfort friend.
comforting friend in many ways. Gets down on the knees sometimes. You know, we just have a
I
great
had to
time.
do it too, Nathan. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway,
Uh,
thanks guys for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, as Nathan said before, like and subscribe. Let's try and beat the algorithm.
yeah.
Remember, 1% of people are subscribed. Let's try and beat the algorithm. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and also comment down below. What should we get them to comment? They never do it. But what should we get
Come
them
on,
to comment?
guys.
I
Do
don't
it
know.
for Alex and Nathan. Come
Yeah.
Exactly. Come on. We will service you if you do it. Everyone who comments will give you a service. We do lots of things. We sing, we dance,
We
we
do.
kneel. We
I can do a lot more.
Seb can do a lot more. He's had a lot of practice from secondary school. You know, we will do lots of things. So yeah, thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you next time. And stay sane.